my friend or you're my enemy.
Ooh.
There's no in between.
I don't have any friends on Facebook.
I sent you a friend request, but I deleted it.
Do you know how to
I got a-
accept them?
I got
Do you know how to
pers-
accept them?
I personally got offended by it, so.
You know I don't know how to use Facebook.
You're my enemy. It's done.
Good thing I don't have Facebook.
I'm giving her a hard time.
Man, I'm glad
She
I'm
just
not on this
started-
platform.
Why I know him?
No, I
He's
told-
charging me $20.
I told,
He keeps charging me $20.
20 bucks.
He
20
goes,
bucks,
he owes
20
me
bucks.
$20, and so I just
20
ignored him.
bucks is 20 bucks.
And then 3 days later, he's asking for $20 again. I'm like, no, I don't owe you $20.
Oh,
Morning, how are you today?
Oh, good, and you?
I'm good.
Good. Jeez. Get that gun on this roll.
It is 11 o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order.
Bad idea.
Can you please go over your minutes from our last meeting? And get an approval, please.
Oh, that's good. My motion approved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Stop. You approve it, you can't nay it. Motion passes. And Elizabeth, will you please review our financials? Or please go over our financials.
If I have it? Yes, I do. All right. Alrighty, so looking at the state of activity, it looks like we do have a negative $3,171. This is from the state of downtown where we actually sent the refunds back for the sponsorships. So it's probably money that we will see coming back in once we reschedule. Then I have one for the state of activity, February 23. This one, the only difference on here we see is that we had a purchase of $67.54, bringing the total to a negative 2,100. We're still looking at that negatives from the reimbursement, but that extra 67 is from a breakfast that we purchased for a logistics meeting for the Fandango. So all in all, we end up with a total of $214,964.07 for the month of February.
And also, Elizabeth did get all the signatures for the money market account,
Yes,
and that was transferred. We have signatures, we can sign now, and everything's good.
yes.
Awesome. New business. On the barricades that we were all talking about getting, I had Elizabeth look into it because I thought barricades were super expensive to rent and we would pay for them in just a few uses. I was wrong.
oh, really?
Well, I did the math, and I think you are correct on that. The barricades themselves range from $2.50 to $4 to rent per barrel. The problem with that is the delivery cost. If, on the typical, let's just look at the one in December, they charged us $10,014.08 for delivery. That was $5,007 per day. That was to deliver them one day, and then the next day come and pick them up. So the rental of the barricades are super cheap. He is correct. It is the delivery fee that is getting us. So we do have, in y'all's packet, you'll see that we have 3 estimates. The estimates, and these are just for 75 barrels. The very first one is $288 per barrel. It comes out to $21,600. The delivery fee is $3,150. So the cheapest estimate we have would be $24,750. And actually, if we look at the delivery fees, we could probably pay for the barrels in 2 events, as opposed to paying the delivery fees and the pickup fees for every event that we have.
They're charging us that for something that practically weighs
Nothing.
nothing, right?
Right.
Okay.
They probably weigh 100 pounds empty.
I don't even think they weigh that.
No, they don't even weigh
No, they
that.
don't even weigh that.
It's
Is
the
that
orange
for
one that's at the
the,
They
bottom.
don't weigh
Is
that.
that filling them full of water? Is that what
No,
it
the
is?
city comes out and fills them.
Really?
This is just the delivery of them, and my understanding, they just drop them on the corners and we move them, and then we have to schedule the city to come out and fill them. So, yes, we were under the understanding that it was very expensive, but once you do the math, it's not the barricade itself, it's the delivery of getting them here and picked up again.
But the invoice is still the same. I mean, it is expensive to rent them.
Yes.
Yes. But, after what, 2 uses, we
After
practically
2
pay for
uses,
them
I
and
think
they're
we've
ours.
already paid for them.
So we'll increase the profits once we get past 2
Right.
events on that.
So Fandango's one that we're probably gonna have, and then the Christmas, I think in 1 year you've paid off the barrels.
I
And
don't,
how many, go ahead.
I don't have any barricades, in that kind of business, but, I can get access to barricades and come up with a bid
Okay,
for you.
okay, we can definitely do that.
I'm in favor of us purchasing.
Yeah.
If we purchase, city staff said they have room to store them, city staff will deliver them at no charge, city staff will fill them up, city staff will pick them up and take them back to storage for the city.
That would be the best option.
I think we should do that. I wanted green, I can't have green, Hal said I couldn't. Long story. We can have orange or white, the white ones look dirty pretty quick. So I suggest we do the orange ones, and we can put our logo on them for downtown Odessa. We cannot cover more than 60% of the orange,
Yeah,
I've been told. So,
it's a safety deal.
That's a great idea.
and we can let the other participants that are downtown, we can let them use them also. And we can work with that.
Yeah, we can absolutely work with that. So the only thing that I wanted to make sure is that the quotes that we did get here were for 75. Around, I know for for Christmas, they used 100. So there might be a possibility that the 75 that we do purchase or we got quotes for may not cover that large of an event. We may have to still rent, but I think in the long run, we'd still come out winning.
So what if we just went ahead and purchased 100?
We can definitely do that. We can go back and go quotes for 100. I can go back and get them.
Why don't you get quotes for 100, maybe you can get a little bit better deal, and then we'll put it on the agenda for next month to approve.
That sound good? Okay, absolutely. And then I'll reach out to you so that you can get me a quote as well. We
And
can
then
definitely do that.
We're gonna try to get the city to deliver and pick up for us?
They've already said they will deliver, pick up, and store them.
Yeah, they'll store it and deliver them, and then, of course, they're
They're
probably
already
gonna be
filling
the
'em.
same ones that are gonna fill up
they're
anyway.
already filling 'em
So
anyway.
they're already on the schedule
That's a
when we
good
meet.
catch on the delivery fees and all
Oh
that stuff. I wasn't aware of that. I just thought that was a straight charge for, for
Yeah.
the,
Yeah, it was
barricades,
when
so
we started doing,
that's
breaking down the
crazy.
math and looking at it, I was like, oh no.
That's-
And
Wow.
2 events, it's still better to purchase at this point.
Good job.
I have to get into the delivering,
And
barrier
also
business, so.
find out when they can be
We'll
delivered.
deliver.
Because if we can approve it fairly quick, maybe we could let, Mural Fest use them and other ones use them. And we can also start working with the company to get logos to put on them, some kind of stickers or something.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Awesome.
I can
Thank
do
you.
that. The second one is I'm gonna hand this over to Randy from Odessa Arts. He, is here to ask about, talk about the artwork the wraps on the utility boxes for downtown.
Thank you so much. Before I do that, since this is the first time I've chatted with you in a while, I wanted to update you and let you know that the Amazon documentary that we discussed maybe 6 months ago will be here Easter weekend. They're filming on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of April. They're coming from Canyon. They'll film here for 2 days, and then they're going down to Alpine. So really excited about that. It'll take about 3 days of filming, and then it will air a year from now. So we still have another year before we're going to see it. I'm hoping that we are able to do a pre-release screening for the community here once it's all edited and stuff. I want us to be the first ones to see it. So we're working on that, and I want to thank you again for being a part of this. I think it's going to be just fantastic. But that's not what I came here to talk to you about today. As John mentioned, we are gearing up for Mural Festival. on Mother's Day weekend in May, we will have 4 new murals in downtown Odessa. We will have 4 painted pianos that will be staged across the downtown footprint. And the other thing that we thought would be a great permanent leave behind is to resume doing vinyl wrap artwork of the utility boxes. Our goal is to eventually have every utility box within the city limits done, but we wanted to start with the downtown footprint. It's a great way to have a permanent marker of the downtown border. We have already done, downtown was one of the first sets of boxes that we did back in 2014. We still need about 10 to 12 boxes done to be able to do all of downtown. When we first started, it cost us $2,500 a box to get it done. We entered in with to a partnership with Vital Signs, and we've got that cost down to $1,500 a box. So we've saved $1,000 on that. We have already commissioned 10 local artists from the Permian Basin to design 1 box each. We're paying them $500 for their design, and Vinyl Graphics will fabricate and install all of them at $1,000 a box. So what I'm here to request is that downtown help us with the fabrication and installation at $1,000 a box. For 10 boxes is $10,000. We will continue to cover the artist fees because we're Odessa Arts, and that's what we do. We pay artists. So I wanted to come to you and see what kind of partnership we could do to get that done, so that when Mural Fest is over, downtown still has all of their traffic boxes covered with art.
Randy, before we decide on that, I have one question. How much money has Odessa Arts, or is Odessa Arts going to spend on murals downtown?
On murals or the whole mural festival?
Just murals, that's permanent art that will stay downtown after your,
$25,000 is what we're spending on the murals. And that's for 4 murals. That's for all of it's the housing, the transportation, the lifts, the paint, everything.
how long does the artwork, the vinyl last on the traffic boxes?
Well, the downtown boxes that we've already done were done in 2014, and they're still up. I mean, they're still, you can see one right across the street from the police station. There are 4 of them on 8th Street. There's 4 on 2nd Street. There are 4 up Golder. And those were done almost 10 years ago at this point.
Before we do them, can you get with traffic? Because I know the one by my building was wrapped at one time, and they replaced the box.
Yes.
So, and make sure they don't plan on replacing the boxes anytime soon, and if they are, let's not put them on those yet.
Hal and I have come to a great understanding that he lets me know where they're replacing them.
Okay.
And the good thing about those original boxes is when they were $2,500, we still had about $200 or $300 left over per box, and we put that aside to be able to rewrap in case the boxes were replaced, or in case of graffiti or something like that, we're able to replace them. So I had one in the Sam's parking lot that was graffitied, and we had to replace. But out of 30 boxes, we've only had to replace one for graffiti in 10 years, and that's pretty good.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, mine was on that graffiti, and it looks like it's a low percentage, so
It
thank goodness.
really is.
Thank goodness.
The good thing about most of the public art that we've done is that the community feels a sense of ownership about it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And so the other good thing is I have lots of community members that are very vigilant and will send me photos or let me know if they see something. So that's been really nice.
Well, it's not really a question. I guess I've never noticed them. That's probably just me, obviously, but do you have a map of where they're located? I'd like to go take a, kind of take a little tour and look at all those things. I guess I've just never paid attention, really. My eyes are focused on the road, I guess, and
Well,
maybe I'm
as they should
texting
be.
and drinking at the same time. I don't know.
As they should
But
be.
I just haven't noticed them.
Yeah, I can definitely send you the locations. We're actually working on an interactive Google map of all of the public art in Odessa, whether it's traffic boxes or murals or sculptures or whatever. And I've got about 40, almost 40 pieces mapped already. And we'll put that out on our website once I've finished mapping. I'm trying to get photographs so that when you click on the map, it'll show you
It'll show everything.
not just where it is, but what it looks like. But it's a laborious process, and just like downtown, we're an office of 3 people, so I work on it when I can.
I just can't believe I hadn't noticed. I
Yeah,
don't know
no.
I don't know how I haven't, but, you discussed them. I thought, that's a great idea. I guess I've just never
Don't
noticed
you
them.
have one on Golder and like,
We have, on Golder from 8th to 17th, there are 4 traffic boxes. There's one right in front of the entrance to OHS. I'll tell you the reason that I think traffic box art is so important for this community. We have a lot of prosperity here, but we also have a lot of people that don't get to share in that prosperity, and many of whom will never leave the state of Texas. They'll never have the ability financially to travel that we enjoy, that we have the privilege of doing, and also a lot of people will look at the Wagner Noel or the Ellen Noel Art Museum or even the Actor Theater and think that that's for other people. That's not for me. That's not where I belong. And by getting artists to create works of art and putting them on traffic boxes, that's available to everyone for free. Every time you're stopping at a traffic light, you're seeing just a little bit of art. There are 4 boxes on Golder near the hospital that are all inspired by healthcare. And that young man who did those is an artist from Puerto Rico. There are 142 traffic boxes in the city limits of Odessa, and it's my goal to eventually get all of them done. And then what you have is an outdoor gallery that is accessible to everyone, that everyone feels like they belong, and maybe if they see that, they change their worldview just a little bit, and maybe they feel like it's okay to go to the Ellen Noel Art Museum, which is of course okay for them to go, but they don't feel that. And if we can do something that is a stepping stone to make them feel welcome so that they patronize the art and culture that's here, it makes them feel better about where they live and what they do. And so that's my.
Randy, what is your ask again? Did I understand 10?
10 boxes at $1,000 a box, which is $10,000.
any other questions, guys?
I was going to ask one on the OdessaArts.org.
Yes, sir.
Or your Facebook presence. What type of mapping do you have online at the moment? You're thinking of utilizing geo to bring that up
Yes,
to
sir.
par,
I'm using Google Maps to put it on our website, but if you actually go to our Facebook page,
Okay.
we have in our photo albums, phase 1 of traffic boxes, phase 2 of traffic boxes, and I think phase 3 of traffic boxes, because we've done about 30 and we do about 10 at a time. And so those are already readily available.
And or the mural locations, so just an easy map online would be super if you don't have.
Yes, sir. That's, we really want to have, my public art map that I'm working on now, my goal is to have it ready for Mural Fest, so
Super,
that when
super.
we have our big mural festival, if people want to go and look at the work that we've already done, we make it accessible on our website.
So if this was, there's a motion and approved to assist you in the $10,000, when would the installation take place?
In the month of April, we've already started getting designs from the artists. And again, our goal is Mural Festival. We want to have all of these components in place by the time we invite the public to participate in Mural Festival. Our murals will be finished, our traffic boxes will be finished, we'll have our mapping finished. Well, and so this is March 14th, and we have till May 13th, so we have 60 days to get all of this done. Plus, we have the pianos to paint. So if you don't see me for a while, it's because for the next 60 days, I'm going to be a little busy. But that's our goal, is to have all of this in place.
Can, I guess maybe private private parties that contributed to Odessa Arts that helped pay for the previous ones?
Yeah,
Just fundraisers or how, what did,
what we did is for the previous boxes, we solicited businesses that were on those intersections. 'Cause to me, the traffic boxes are the new Jackrabbits. You know, we did Jackrabbits in the late 90s, and traffic boxes are the new Jackrabbits. So in order to do 142, we're gonna need those sponsorships. And now that we've got the cost down by $1,000 a box, I think we're gonna do better at getting those sponsorships. It was a little cost prohibitive when we first started, but $1,500 is a lot easier to go to a business and ask them for. And so we want to, as we continue to do this, pinpoint businesses that are located in that intersection. And on our interactive map, we list, for all of the public art, we list the location, the artist, and if it was sponsored, we list the sponsorship as well. So, you know, proudly sponsored by JSA Architects.
Would this be a sponsorship, like, so we do these first 10 and then whenever y'all get started on another 10, there's 144 boxes.
Yes, sir.
So
I-
it's another 10.
Yes, sir,
grand, another
but
10 grand.
you won't see me back here to ask you for that because we'll have finished downtown. And I wouldn't ask downtown to sponsor boxes that are not in the downtown footprint. And so, because we have this momentum for downtown, I really thought that that was the first neighborhood that should be completed. And so that's what we want to do.
Well, when Randy's talking about boxes, does everybody here have a mental image of that? The jackrabbit.
The big ugly
Now, the
silver box.
jackrabbit I've got, but the box, could you just describe that, what type of
It's
size?
a big, large
Sure,
silver
it's a
box.
silver cabinet
Okay.
that's at every intersection that houses the controls for the traffic lights. So anywhere you see a traffic light, you're gonna see a big ugly silver box. And so
Okay.
what we've done is we've gotten artists to create, and most of these are graphic artists, by the way. So they create it digitally, they send it to the fabricator and they print it.
Okay.
And then they vinyl wrap it. And they vinyl wrap it in a way that if we do get graffiti and it's only on one side, we can just peel off the one side and replace it and not have to
Excellent.
rewrap the entire box,
Excellent.
which is what we did over on Parkway.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I would like to make a motion to donate $10,000 to Odessa Arts for traffic boxes in the downtown footprint.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna stick around because you're gonna talk about First Fridays in a minute.
Alrighty then. Discuss DUI adopt a spot. That's with KOB, Keep Odessa Beautiful.
That is with KOB. I spoke with Claudia, and she says that we have a section downtown that belongs to downtown Odessa, and nobody's really done anything with it. So she wants to know if we're interested in keeping it, and then we start doing pickups at least twice a year in that area, or if we need to just find somebody else that wants to take that location.
Where is the spot?
It's on Grant.
From where to where?
That's what I did not write down, I'm sorry.
Let's find that out.
Find that out.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had that. Yeah.
We truly need that. I want to get with city council one day. We even need more than that because there is so much trash on Grant that we've got to work on that also.
I think it's here from either Second or Third all the way up to Seventh Street, because we've
We've
had
done
the
it
cleanup
before.
days.
Yeah, we've had it.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we should keep it and.
We'll keep it.
I think
Oh, no, we
before,
have to keep it.
I think before when we haven't done anything with it in a while, no one's asked us.
Yeah. we
No,
said
that's
that-
fine. And if, as long as we want to keep it, then I'll make sure that we get it organized, that we do a pickup.
And also I see signage, when other people have an area, do we have signage that says this is taken care of by so-and-so?
It would have to have a signage, but I will find out the location where it's located as
I
well.
think we should keep it because we can twice a year grab family friends and we can take care of that.
Okay, that's all we needed. As long as we want to keep it, then we're good. And then we'll schedule the one in the summer at least, if not sooner.
Great. Okay.
The first one coming up is the one that we're in the middle of right now, which is the Easter egg hunt. As of today, we have 18 sponsors that are going to be placed on the map, and we have 2 that are in the city of Odessa, but they're not located downtown, but they still want to be part of the sponsorship. So they're going to just have a logo added right now. So we're still in the swing of getting more people to participate in the actual hunt, and we're actually getting prizes gathered. I know this morning Stars donated 200 ice cream cones for free, so we're in the process of getting as many prizes as we can to add into those eggs.
Perfect, good job.
Mural Fest is something we just spoke about, of course, Randy. It is going to be set up for May the 13th on that Saturday. Everything looks really good for that as moving forward. Everything looks like we got everything situated. We have the trash, all the parts that we normally help with are good to go on that as well. We do have a meeting on April the 3rd, and that's going to be a logistics, a meeting so that between us and both organizations to get them going. As far as First Fridays, Randy, you want to talk about that one?
Is this your first discussion of First Fridays, or have you
We
guys?
talked about it a little bit.
Talked
Oh, okay,
about it.
okay. Well, I'm happy to answer any additional questions, but as you can see, between DOI and Odessa Arts, we have a pretty full plate of events through Fandango. So our goal is either to launch First Fridays on July 7th or on the first Friday in August, and we're kind of leaning towards August to give everybody a little bit of breathing room after Fandango. But we anticipate launching with 8 locations in the downtown area that are businesses, that we will assist the business with finding the appropriate art-related event for them. And then DOI and Odessa Arts, our job is really more about the marketing of this, and we start transitioning to helping, to getting the business owners to come up with their own ideas for live music, live art activities, the Odessa College Green Space as a hub for live music, and then we will promote every first Friday the organizations that are participating. It's our belief and our hope that the first 8 locations will commit to an entire year's worth of programming and then grow it from there. We've done several scouting trips to Lubbock and watched their First Fridays and talked to their logistics coordinator, and we anticipate doing that throughout the summer too as we get prepared for launching in August.
Sounds good. I like August also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, the next one would be Fandango. We do have contracts signed for the firecrackers, and we have 2 of the artists locked in with contracts. We're working on the 3rd one, and we're moving forward on the sponsorships moving forward as well on that one.
I have a question about the artists. I think it was, I can't remember who was, active on the board when these discussions were happening regarding, it's MB Riders, right?
MB Riders is the headliner.
Gosh, tells you my age. I'm 44, and I started listening to MB Riders. I had a former name back in 1995, growing up, going to car shows and stuff like that. In seeing how packed and how diverse and just how successful we were in the number of people that showed up this last year, just for the record, my opinion is half those people will not be happy when they're on stage because that's just not the fit. I won't even bring my grandmother. She's going to stay on her porch on 5th Street, 4 blocks that way, because I don't want her there.
Okay. It's
So
to be
what-
family-friendly
It's-
show.
yeah,
There's
no,
not
no
cussing,
explicit.
there's not this,
Okay.
there's not.
Okay, that's fine. At least I made my statement. Thank you.
Also, one of the great things that Elizabeth and I've talked about, we're gonna have a second stage.
Yeah.
We're
But
3
they're
stages.
the main act though, right? Or am I in error on that?
No, they're the headliners, yes.
Okay.
3 stages. a children's stage, that stage, and another one close to where my office is again, that is gonna have local bands and other things also.
But that doesn't resolve what I think is gonna, what my issue is. Historically, we've always had, multiple stages until the last, couple of years. And that's great, especially for all, the local artists to be able to play, or local bands and stuff like that. Maybe it's because I've only seen those performances from that group and groups similar, in other venues. And it's still not the same. But, again, this is just my opinion, my point of view, and, I'm just one of 8 or however.
No, I'm kind of in agreement with you on that also. The thing is that was booked with the previous, president with, DOI. I think they had a show last year, I think, that sold out, that did real well.
At the Hector
That the
Theater.
actor, I think that's,
People at the Hector
yeah,
versus
right,
how many
right.
thousands?
I'm not
of-
familiar with this group at all.
Yeah,
I
me
had to
neither,
Google
me neither.
them,
I'm-
to be honest with
I'm
you, when
52 and
I didn't know who they
are,
were.
but as long as they're not cussing, I think I'm,
It's just the contract was already
yeah,
out and
we've got it done and we have no choice in it, to be honest with you.
So they brought them to the Hector Theater?
they brought them to the
think
Hector
so.
Theater last
Yeah.
year.
So it's,
The contract's done. We've
Yeah,
done
it's
it.
done.
It's signed, legal's
Yeah.
done it, they have deposit. I don't think any of us are super excited about going to see them, but maybe it's part of being a little bit diverse.
Yeah.
Or maybe there are other people that will love them and we'll be okay.
It's about 50-50 when I mention it to people. Some people don't know who they are, like me. I didn't know I had to Google them, honestly. And then you have some people that are really excited, so I agree with you. It's about 50-50 from what, just the few people that I've talked to and mentioned it to. So I understand your concern, it's just, it was something that's already signed on there.
I had the same concerns too, I'll be honest with you.
I think next year, we need a majority vote on who the headliner is for it to pass.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was just,
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
John, that contract specifically, it's 1 year, it'll end in 1 year. The contract is 1 year? You're talking about that? was
It's just
signed?
for that one day.
Oh, for the one
It's
day?
It's just for
Okay,
that one
okay,
evening
so then we can
for an
move on
hour
to-
performance, yes.
Okay,
We can,
the obligation is only there for that period of time.
absolutely, yes.
We're there, so,
Yes.
okay.
Lowriders against bullying, I'm sorry?
Your map.
The map, oh, the map. We have the layout, it's, what am I trying to say? The layout is almost done. We are going to move it, adding a few blocks over on that one. I still do need to get it approved through, city manager. All right, going back to lowriders against bullying?
Let me go back to that.
Oh, yes.
I think that needs to be brought to the board before it goes to the city manager. The issue we had last year there were businesses that were left off that map, for the Fandango.
Okay.
And it was its sole decision made by the city manager and the past DOI president. We were not included in that map, and there were quite a few businesses that were left off. And so, yeah, I understand that, but I don't see it. I want to see that map.
Okay.
Excuse me, to make sure that there aren't, I mean, our goal is to protect the businesses that are downtown Odessa.
Okay,
And
that's
so
fine.
we want to see that this year from the past mistake that was made the year before.
just to help you make sure it's all covered.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We just want to make sure we don't leave any businesses out that were left out last year.
And you can email it to us also. You doesn't have to wait till
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next meeting, just
yeah.
to get comments. You can do a group email and send it out also.
what are we doing? I know one of the times some downtown businesses didn't want to be part of it because, are we gonna be allowing that? I mean, is it gonna be something that's gonna happen again, or what?
What we're doing, it's basically the same footprint as last year, but it's going a block further down Grants, to Fourth,
To fourth,
adding that block, and we're adding
fifth.
Fifth, to Texas, but we're not blocking off Texas. Casey wanted to do it a certain way, so it was Grant, Texas, and all the way to the OC. And they said no, because they want either Texas or Grant open for a thoroughfare. They do not want both closed. So that's what they look.
What about Sixth Street? Sixth Street going to Grant?
All the
Sixth
way,
Street.
that's all the way. Yep,
Okay,
Fifth,
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
all the way. And that's what they're
Well,
presenting, we got with
But
Hal.
we left off with Sixth was the issue, right?
Right. Now it's gonna go all the way down
Uh-huh.
to Fourth. Yes. Fourth will not be blocked. Fourth, no, I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong direction.
Going the wrong
Sixth-
direction, yeah.
Sixth to Second will be blocked off, and then we're going up to Knoll, there, the park.
Up to the park.
So we've done that, and that way, when different ones didn't want the car show in front of their business, and people saying they wanted other things, probably move the car show down a block. So it'll be in front of my block on Grant, 500 block of Grant, both sides of the street.
Yeah, because one of the events, they actually ran that fence up to my curb all the way down because Celebrations didn't want his place closed.
Well,
So it's going, you know what I'm saying, it's
he's gonna be in it.
it's zigzagging everywhere.
Well, the issues that we had last year, what we ran into was when they had the tacos and tequila. These restaurants that were downtown
Yeah.
were inside that footprint, inside those gates. Well, people were paying, I think it was what, $25 or $30 a person to come in? Well, people weren't paying that for their families, then going to eat at these restaurants, and they didn't have access to the restaurants because they were having to pay $30 a pop for them to come in. So it's difficult to pay, say if you have a family of four, you pay $120, then you still gotta go eat, I mean, you're gonna go eat over there. That was the issue they ran into. Well, the Fandango is open and it's free, so
Right.
it's a
That doesn't-
non-issue.
yeah, that's not an
So,
issue.
yeah, so we shouldn't have anybody on Grant Street saying, hey, we don't wanna be a part of it
That's
because
the
they have
question.
full access. Last year, that was the big issue, was the tacos and tequila that blocked them from generating revenue. So, we shouldn't have that issue with Fandango.
Our plan is the only events that will be on Grant is the Christmas parade and Fandango. Everything else is moving to Texas or something like that in that area. So that's the only time that we should close Grant. Okay.
Anything else on Fandango? No? All right, moving forward, the lowriders against bullying, I have a meeting set up in the next week, so we should get a footprint on that as well. My understanding is last year they had it off of the courthouse, so that wasn't on Grant as well, correct?
It was part of Texas.
It was part of
and
Texas.
Around the health department, that
Okay.
parking
That
lot.
All right.
empty lot. Right?
Okay. So I'll have a better update for you after we meet with him. And then, state of the downtown, we are looking at Thursday, September the 14th. All the venues and also the speaker that we had booked previously has agreed to that date. The question is, we're going back to, do we want to do the dinner or do we want to do the lunch?
Didn't we talk about, at the last meeting, about doing a dinner? So
Doing
that
a
we
dinner.
could kind of build it up a
Build it
little
up.
bit different because of canceling? I thought we had talked
Yeah.
about.
Okay,
Correct.
so we're still in agreement with that? Now, the other question is, since we have her here for the day, we were thinking about doing a workshop for businesses and have her also, like a free event for other businesses in the city that could come and benefit from her as well. And we could maybe schedule something in the morning for her, and we could just still do the evening dinner if that's something y'all were,
I like it.
like the idea. Y'all are okay with that?
That's good.
Okay.
All right, then we will go ahead and schedule that for the 14th. We'll call back and confirm with everybody. Tacos and Tequila is scheduled for September the 16th. They're having a hard time getting a footprint down. I know they went to Torchy's and Torchy's told them they weren't interested. They are currently trying to get on the agenda for the courthouse commission, at the courthouse, to see if they can use their location for it. So at this point,
Jesse says it's September, so it's like stuff going on everywhere too. Mm-hmm. There's already, yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have an update for the West Texas Fest right now. Treats on the street, of course, are going to be in October, and the Parade of Lights.
Awesome, thank you.
Alrighty. Old business, number one, I know we mentioned it earlier, but just, we did get that 100,000 moved over, and we have the two accounts set up through the same. Discuss the 380 agreement for the JCPenney lot. I know that I just spoke with the, Mr. Rodriguez yesterday. He's still interested in the lot, but I also know that there's been other meetings with another business that were interested in purchasing the lot. So that property is still really in high demand. I don't know where we are on those, though, other than the meeting that they had with, believe it's, I can't remember his first name, I know it's Mr. Bustamante and his wife. And then, Fernando Rodriguez called yesterday, and he's thinking about, and he's trying to see if he can approach it, instead of making 3 restaurants in the building, he'd go down to 1. So that was his new, yesterday. So, we're still having to talk about that.
Since their agreement was never signed and it had a limited time,
He knows that there's no agreement,
it may have to go out for a bid again.
and he's aware of that.
Okay.
The grants that are in place, the Ambler Law, I know legal has asked us for a written statement to cancel the grant. We have called every number we have emailed, and we have no luck reaching them at this point. So we're gonna keep trying to get something written. And, maybe it's already sold and they've already closed. I'm not sure where we are with that, but that's all we're looking for, is just a simple email or a letter, and we just had no luck with them at all.
It has closed.
Okay.
You know, she passed away.
Yes, I'm aware.
The building is for sale. We probably need to see if we can get a hold of her husband to see if he can do.
And that's who the email that we're emailing is his email, but if the business is closed, they might have shut down the emails as well. So, and all the phone numbers are not longer in service, so we'll keep trying to see if we can locate them a different way.
You may can send it snail mail and just figure out where they live.
Yeah.
Go to ECAT, send it to their house.
Okay, we can try that.
Yeah, but if that property is a part of other investments and other things, just being who she was, I wouldn't be surprised if there's an estate, council or, helping, sort out those kind of pending things, and not her husband. I mean, I know that's how
It was her husband that
business and
we,
partners work.
it was her husband previously that we did talk to because she did not have partners in the law firm. She had no partners. She was a sole
Well,
proprietor.
even if not partners, well,
Trustee.
not everybody lets their, there you go, not everybody lets their spouse or wants their spouse to have to deal with that,
Okay, we can look into that as well, okay. Pediocardio, I spoke with him. After some delays, everything looks like it is moving forward. I don't think they will meet the May deadline, but, so they might be asking for an extension at this point, but we're waiting to get a little bit closer to see exactly how much further they get going on that one.
We're good at extensions.
Icon, looks like we got everything approved in to the fire suppression, and we're good on that end. And I believe they're looking at opening pretty soon. Am I correct, Sean?
And we're looking at Friday. We're still pushing for it.
This Friday.
We're looking,
That's exciting.
it's a tough task, but we're really pushing for it, so.
That's
I've
great.
got a contractor, a great guy, says he's gonna get it done no matter what, even if they gotta work 24/7. Not sure what his name is, I'm trying to
Where
think
did
of
you
it.
hire him?
We'll do 25/8. We'll work 25.
No, we're pushing, we're
it's-
really, we're close. I think we might be at the mercy a little bit of a couple of inspections, to get them in a timely fashion, but we're looking at Friday. We're trying to get open, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. We are still waiting on the receipts for Little McJack's, and Homemade Wines was just waiting on a couple of affidavits that she needed. So, other than that, and then I believe for Part 2, we're just waiting on the insurance, correct?
We were gonna check into it, cause I had submitted insurance.
She told me she didn't get it, so I will double check
Just
with
double-
her again.
We just need to double check if that's what she was asking for, cause I submitted that quite a bit,
Okay.
yeah, way before.
Because she was telling me she was still waiting for it, so
Oh, yeah, no, our insurance company actually sent it directly to.
directly to her, okay. I can't find it on any of the emails, so
Okay.
I'll ask her to check her email
Okay.
as well. Okay, I can double check on that. That's all I have, unless y'all have anything further.
Do you want to add anything else to the agenda? Anything we need to add next time?
I can't think of anything. No.
I think the only biggest thing, like you said, is trying to move forward on those barricades quicker
Yeah.
than what we're thinking of waiting until the next month.
Could we bring that up now and maybe approve that?
Used to, we always had legal in here, so I would ask questions.
Yeah.
Can we make a motion to double check the prices, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Basically get a quote for all of us to see what we're what the total is, or?
Well, I think if we already have a quote for 75, correct?
I think they'll have to go back out and get a quote for 100 this
For
time.
100.
It can only go down.
Yeah.
It can't go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we could actually probably get a better deal at 100 than we could at 75, so,
Oh, okay, so that's the one that was missing.
Let us vote on
21.6
something.
for 75 of them.
Agenda to be voted on.
The 21 is for the 75.
We've done it.
That's what I couldn't find a while ago.
I mean, it's on the discuss.
It's on the discuss.
Okay.
Even though it's on the discuss, I think we can discuss and decide to vote. Is that correct?
I would just suggest, double checking with purchasing, if you feel like you need to touch with, Dan, city attorney. Do what you feel comfortable so that you've touched some bases on that before you make the decision.
How's this? What if we go ahead and vote on it, but if we're incorrect and it was on discuss and they said you can't, then the answer is no, we'll vote on it next time.
yeah.
That
Sounds like a
works.
deal to me.
The motion?
I think the quicker that we get them, the
I
better.
would like to make a motion to purchase 100 barricades with the city purchasing's blessing that everything is good. They're going to double check our prices. Can I get a first and second?
First,
Second.
Yeah, second.
That's it.
We'll give it a second there.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Alrighty.
That's why they used to have an attorney in here with us.
Yeah.
Just looking at the numbers that we're saving on money.
yeah, I think so. I think it's important that we get them as quickly as possible. It'll save us money in the long run, so.
I agree.
$10,000.
Let's call the meeting to order. Over at 1:26, thank you.
Let me get back to the zoo.
Oh, me too.